Alrighty, everyone, Supreme Kami over here. So I'm gonna be collecting this week's what is it, arena rewards over here. So this week around should be the fourth week, right? I think it's been the fourth week since we got the league system. So in terms of what I have finished in terms of league right here, I finished in rank 88, so I should be able to get promoted into Gold League safely, I guess. Yeah, should be. In terms of some other, you got some 700,000 capitals right there. Also 40 hardships, and then in terms of the 1v1, I was able to finish in top 32, so that's pretty good, not too bad. So I was able to get 1.4 million back, so that's pretty good. So in terms of other stuff, we got the, obviously the title, 99. Yeah, let me try to get the 100th title as well, and that should be a pretty good wrap up for my, arena journey, I guess. I don't know, but we got 300 hardships, so that will be a great addition as well. So let's see, I'm just gonna collect everything right now, and then we're gonna hop straight into this week's arena over here. So I believe this week around, I feel like the competitiveness is gonna be a little bit more, I guess. So but one thing I do want you guys to do for me right now is comment in the section below, what did you guys get? Were you guys able to get promoted from silver to gold, or are you guys still in silver, or still some of you guys still in bronze league? I just want to know, in statistically speaking, like how are people doing so far? I know that this past week a lot of people were complaining that one wave were. I believe it was the second wave for one of that day. The enemy keeps spamming, right? I think it was wave two. I remember, if I remember correctly. There's two deep in there, and a lot of people could not take them out. So, do let me know how was your experience in terms of that. So let me do take a screenshot of that. Probably gonna use this for thumbnail, I guess. Yeah, I think a lot of people they were mad. They were really mad. Like they couldn't really take down that tank. So yeah. In terms of 1v1, I guess I can just kind of quickly cover that. So it's going to be another range mode. Like, I don't know since when, but we have gotten, like, in terms of 1v1 arena, it's been straight oriented to shot builds directly. So I don't know when they'll actually move back to, let's say, a little bit more favor towards having a shot or a melee build, for example. But so right now, I'm going to be in Gold League right now. So it does say that because I have not played at all. So leave the motion zone, which is exactly where I'm going to be. So in terms of the motion, I will be, well, let's actually take a look at this right here. So in terms of promotion, it's going to be from rank 1 to 1000. So I think that should still be doable, I guess, hopefully. In terms of retention, it's going to be from 1001 to 4000. So, okay. In terms of the motion, it's going to be 4001 and anything further below. So I guess, okay. Like even if you come into, let's say, 4001, you still get pretty good chunks of rewards over here. Like you're only losing from like what, 200 or 20 from 90 to 70, so you're not losing that much even if you get demoted, for example. So it's not the worst case scenario, right? Yeah, it's not like you're getting like a drastic drop in terms of like quantity rewards and all that. But obviously, I should get promoted into master. So next week when I'm covering this, we should be well within our journey into the master league. And once master league hits, oh man, it's gonna be a fearsome competition. I can just kind of see that. Alright guys, so my recording kind of went corrupted in a bit, so that's why I'm gonna record doing the League Arena over here again. So I was trying to talk about how I think what I have failed to mention last week around is in terms of the enemy lineup we're getting, it purely depends on like I would say like the first few rankers over here. So let's take an example for the first 10 enemies over here. I think generally how they arrange enemy lineup, it depends on like majority of the top rankers. So that's why a lot of people, like even me included, was like, why do you keep facing the same enemy again? I think the second week around, I was one of the chosen enemy lineup because like I believe week one I was placed 7th. So for within whatever the game data they have captured it, they want to pick someone within the top leaderboard and make them as an enemy. I feel like them doing this is actually not the best way to go around because like a lot of people could not, like they were having an extreme hard time trying to take out whoever like the enemy bot, like whoever the enemy lineup is, and that can be quite frustrating because like you have to like go against like enemy knowing that they either have like ridiculous tanks on their build. I believe last week around, like I said again, there's I think second wave, right? There's two defender that were consistently using Heelys and all that, so like it was quite a hard time taking it out if we could not Like you have to do it within a certain time interval before them executing EX skill, because after that they're just gonna consistently, executing it, and you cannot really land a good punch, right? So I feel like them doing that is like kind of like a bad system in a way. It's not the player's fault, right? They're definitely building a meta team that can, potentially help them, make a path, right, towards like the top leaderboard. It's not the players. It's definitely not going to be the player's fault. It's just more of like, why are they capturing certain, enemy, like why are they capturing how a certain how like we have our team set up? Because I know for a fact that when they picked me as enemy in lineup, I did not have that, I wasn't using a cooldown reduction build. That was not really like a build I used throughout the week, for example. That build I had scrapped it like within a day or two. So I don't know why they decided to use that. So that I feel like that's potentially the game swap for that. So I hope that they can find ways to not abuse, not just pick people who have, let's say, cooldown reduction build, because that is quite demoralizing. Like, even for me personally, if I'm not using, let's say, rolling buster or axle drop, I can find that can be a little bit more annoying. So I hope that they can kind of address that and probably pick some different, like, within the game data they can capture, trying to see if they can just capture something else besides like a cooldown reduction build, because I'm pretty sure like a lot of people have been testing a different build. So hopefully within the game data they find just a little bit of a different team lineup, I guess. But I have already done this already, but I do want to kind of go over the operator babes with you guys just once again over here. This week around I don't really have the best option over here, but I do want to cover just a quick example of how you guys can further increase the free slot over here, because one of the lines says same name but different attribute. So what you can actually do over here, if you go over to your level or filtering this over here, so in terms of duplicate, under the duplicate lines, you want to go over to this one over here that says PTS. So within this over here, you're gonna find potentially parts that you have duplicates of, same name but different attribute. So in that regards, you can come down over here and kind of potentially cheese in another few hundred points. So that will alleviate, having not something for that week, for example. I believe the raw week, yeah, this there's definitely a good chunks of parts that I have in the inventory that had duplicate, same name but different attributes. So that is something I will definitely work on the side, but I'm not going to be working on that right now. So you guys can see that in terms of long range, I don't really have that many options, so that's quite unfortunate. What about transformer? Nope, none at all. So for desert and high firepower, I definitely have some good option. Let me check my other attribute as well. For desert, I do have some good option as well, so that's nice to see. What about high firepower? Yup. Uh-huh. What about long range over here? No, still nothing here, huh? What about this over here? Still nothing, right? Okay, so that is definitely ways you guys can, further increase, let's say, your operator base. If you guys, for example, did not summon for a week, for example, but this one over here, whoops, I did not meant to do that. In terms of my attack attribute, it just shows that I do not have any same name plus different attribute parts, so I can definitely come back around to see if I can potentially work on that, right? So I don't think I have any other option, do I? Oh, I do. Yeah, so I can definitely work on this right there. And then are there anything else I can kind of cheese in? Oh, this one does have a lot. So that's good to know. That is good to know. So I'm gonna actually hop into the 3 elite match again, just showing you guys, or actually before doing that, let me actually show you guys my build once again. In terms of like just kind of go in depth a little bit. So I do have action drop over here, but I'm gonna be showing you guys that we don't actually need, in terms of day one, you don't really need axe drop. But if you guys do have, let's say, they do also Shroud arm, I'm highly suggest everyone just to alterate this arm, because this arm allows you guys to potentially clear a whole wave by itself, right? One magazine can allow you to clear the whole match, if you can do enough power. So that is going to be something I'm going to be showing off to this video right here. So not only that, also do have another magazine type. So this one is going to be the grenade launcher. So this is more like if I cannot wrap things up, I'm just going to be using this one as a secondary weaponry, I guess. In terms of my second build, this is dedicated to my buffer over here. You guys can see that what is it, offensive up beta or gamma, and then 2 betas over here. But you guys can see I decided to equip 2 offensive up beta because one of them has to start in the front, so that is treated as a different name. So I can reliably use it without any penalties right there or getting any losses, for example. So that is going to be something that we are going to be cheesing in right here as well. In terms of my portrait over here, this is dedicating to extreme buffing over here. So I roughly have around 100% on the EXQ, like buff EXQ effects up by whatever percentage. I think all in all in total, I have roughly about 100 or so. So how that can be impactful is that instead of doing 45% increases, I'm going to be popping in doing 145. So if you multiply that within all these buff effect skills right here, that is going to be extremely powerful right there. In terms of my third lineup right here, this is purely going to be my recovery tools right here. So what I mainly want to do, I don't want to take any damage, right? Potentially I just want to hop into the game, trying to see if I can clear as fast as I can, trying not to take any damage, and then trying to deal as much damage as I can. So those are the 3 principles that I guess you want to be going in, just trying to keep in mind as well. So this is more of like more of like my defensive lineup right here. So I have some enemy shooting power reduced by whatever percentage I have, and then some EXQ power reduction just in case any of my enemies want to execute do EXQ, for example, more EXQ power reduction as well. So that is generally what is my third lineup right here would be. So let me just kind of hop in now and just kind of do some quick demonstration for you guys right now. Alright, so I'm just purely going to be using this right here so you guys can see that I was able to split ball with it. But just unfortunate today's map terrain does not allow me to really do that. Okay, I have to kind of go back around to see if I can manage not to, hit those barriers and all that. So this is definitely not going to be the best time I have, accomplished today. So that was a little bit quite unfortunate, I guess. Yeah, it's only in terms of my timer score, it's only going to be 28,200. So that was not the best timer I did initially. I think initially I was coming in around 28,500, so that was like the best timer I clocked in so far. So I'm gonna copy it once again to see if I can potentially get a better timer. So and then that should be pretty much it for this video right here, right? So right now I'm currently rank 55. I'm pretty sure there are tons of people that have not even played yet. So I think by reset tomorrow I should be well within maybe 100-ish, maybe 100, like rank 100 to maybe 200, maybe. But in terms of like promoting from Gold League to Master League, I just need to stay within the top 1000, which is really easy to do, I guess, in my what I have in my inventory. So let me deactivate those as well, and like, can I? Oh, can I do it? Oh, I cheesed it. Like I went in between barriers. Like you see that wall right there? I was able to go behind that. Okay. So how much more do we get? 28,900. So this is good. I was able to increase by 400 from you guys can see those, so that was extremely good. It's just unfortunate I could not clock in a second early because I think I paused. I think I made a little bit of a pause, so that was quite unfortunate in my case. But that is generally how you want to be using the dual so strong army EXQ. You basically tap on EXQ and then you want to switch in between enemies. Like you just want to rapidly hit on that switch button in order to like kind of track the missile in between those 3 enemies. So that was quite useful. I do highly suggest everyone to kind of alternate arm. If you guys do have it, that is going to be a quite and useful EXQ to be using in League Arena. Obviously depending on what kind of terrain we're having. So currently I'm going to be place 37. It's not too bad overall. So I guess that should be pretty much it for this video right here. Just want to quickly cover 4 week into the league system right here. So but that's good. Should be pretty much it for this video, and then I'll catch you guys all on the next one.